Hey everybody, here we have yet another parts machine from the Computer Works store. This one was 15 bucks, and I believe this is an MSI bare bones system. Not exactly sure just yet. Has a DVD-ROM drive and an Intel 775 CPU from what I can tell. This thing goes together really weird, so I actually haven't even looked inside of it yet. But I do notice we have some RAM inside, so let's go and see if this thing's going to start. We got a flashing power LED, so obviously something is wrong here. I'm going to cut off and have a look inside. Okay, well, I just got the cover off, and this is an MSI bare bones system. It's got an MSI sticker on the bottom of the machine. Motherboard is made by MSI, so on and so forth. And this is another one of those weird computers because, look here, we got a bulging Panasonic capacitor, or Matsushita, how you pronounce that name. Got a bulging cap there. It's bulging pretty good. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was actually a bad capacitor in the power supply. However, I'm not exactly sure. What I guess I'll do is I'll actually go ahead and hook up an extra power supply to this thing and test it to see exactly what's going on. Normally when you buy computers from Goodwill Computer Works, they come without hard disk drives. This one here still has the hard disk drive in it. It has not even been touched. The hard drive is still installed. And likely the person's data is still on that hard disk drive. However, I cannot be 100% sure. Okay, I hooked up my test supply and let's see what we get out of this thing. Before I actually start it up, I noticed we have 2 gigs of RAM. I'm still not sure about the size of the hard drive just yet, but this is one of those really weird part systems because it actually had a SATA cable plugged into the board, but the hard drive is IDE. Let's see if we get any different results with this power supply. Okay, it was the power supply. Let's see if we have an operating system on here. We still have an operating system on this computer, folks. Since the hard drive is still installed, we have an operating system on here. Yeah, that little sticker that comes on the side of the computer says computer without operating system. This sticker is actually on a different computer because I had ripped the sticker off the parts computer in the video, but yeah, isn't that unusual? Computer without operating system, but yeah, it boots to Windows XP. Obviously it was for a business. But I tell you what's funny is this thing had a Vista. Has a Vista business key on the bottom. I guess the business performed downgrade rights or something. I'm gonna set my camera down. This thing's probably password protected or relies on a domain or something like that. We probably won't get too far with it, but let us see what we can do with this thing. Let's slide this back a little bit. I didn't even plug up a mouse. This computer used to belong to YMCA, obviously. No mouse, can't do much anything, but yeah, anyways, this is probably the weirdest part system I've ever bought. The hard drive was still installed and still had the person's information on it. Somebody at a Computer Works store, if I guess if the manager sees this video, I guess whoever wrote this price down and whoever worked on this computer might get terminated for that, because that is actually store policy to remove all of the information off the hard drive, partitions and everything, and all their parts computers, they pull the hard drives we're supposed to. And usually their managers actually go around and check for this kind of stuff, but I really do like it when they forget to take the hard drives out, because I get a free hard drive. So basically we have a computer with a functioning motherboard, 2 gigs of RAM, CPU I'm not sure of yet. Let's go ahead and restart. Reset button does not work. So get into the BIOS. Okay, we have access to the BIOS. We have a Pentium dual-core CPU E2180. So 2 gigs of RAM, Pentium dual-core CPU. Let's see what else we have. See if we can find what the size of the hard drive is before I actually tear it apart. Let's go and have a look here. $80 gig hard drive, so basic hard disk drive. But anyways, even though this motherboard works, I'm still going to part this computer up because the original power supply is bad. Probably bad capacitors or something. But the thing is, when you do refurbished computers, like when you sell refurbished PCs, you want to have something you can easily offer support for. Let's say if your motherboard fails or something like that. In a computer like this that has a proprietary motherboard or power supply, it's very hard to offer support, or let's say to find a replacement motherboard. But let's say if you have like your standard run-of-the-mill ATX system, ATX power supply, ATX motherboard, if your motherboard power supply fails, you can just simply get a replacement board or power supply with little to no issue at all. So anyways, this is our $15 full computer. The only thing that was messed up with it was a power supply, and there's one bad cap on the motherboard. Otherwise it works. Dual core CPU, 2 gigs of RAM too. I think this is probably the best deal I've gotten in a part system, because when I was actually in the store I noticed the thing felt awful heavy, so I had a feeling there was a hard drive in it, but of course I wasn't going to say a word. I was just going to buy it and go out the door. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask, and thanks for watching.